Hi, parents. Hello, everyone who is watching this video. This is part 2 of a video series that I began last week. I wanted to talk to parents who have had kids that have left the church or who have left their faith. Last week I addressed some of the confusion that parents can feel, and then this week I want to talk a little bit about how we can talk about faith with kids who do not follow Jesus yet. So it's a bit harder to give specific advice as every family is very different. So instead, I'm just going to share a few principles and then you can see how it plays out in your home and in your relationships. So principle number 1, do your best to maintain a good relationship with your kids, a warm relationship. So if you push your faith on them, they might grow distant from you. So love is always the goal of truth. So do your best to maintain a warm relationship with them, even if it means not talking about your faith. So principle number 2, if faith ever does come up in a conversation, you can ask your kids questions about what they think and try to understand what it is that they believe or what's hard for them to believe about what you believe. And this can be difficult. Usually our first instinct is to try to tell them what we believe and then get them to understand us because we believe that we're right. So taking a step back and really listening, and they might reveal to you some of the hang-ups that they have about the church and some obstacles that potentially can be taken away. Principle number 3, use your instincts. So this is when it comes to how to talk about faith or to bring it up, using instincts. So some ideas is to bring up things related to faith, like, oh, I went to the church potluck this weekend, or I read a really interesting article the other day about blah, blah, blah. Then you can gauge their reaction. And, if they roll their eyes or scrunch their face, it's probably not a good sign. And it's a good sign that they don't want to talk about it. Another option is, depending on how old they are, engaging with them on a platform that they would use rather than what you might use. So, for example, your kids might not read the Today or the Banner, but they might see memes or watch YouTube videos. So possible ways to bring up faith in a way that relates to them is to get on their platforms and watch some videos and look at some memes and say something like, oh, I saw this viral YouTube clip about this. Like, have you seen it? What did you think? Or what did you think about this meme? Or something like that. And it's possible that they will bring up faith matters with you. And when that happens, just be assured, ensure to listen to them. Principle number 4 is to continue your routines and rituals in your home. So even if your kids are not living with you, if they're not living at home, when your kids do come home for a visit, if they grew up with these routines and rituals, they will very likely continue to partake in them in your home. So for example, they're coming over for a meal and you prayed before every meal growing up, they will likely still participate and they will pray with you before a meal. Or they will very likely stay after and engage in a family devotion after supper with you. So continue these routines and rituals in your home, even when your kids are not there. And then when they do come, they are used to that and they can still engage with you using those routines and rituals. Principle number 5, which is my last point. I brought this up in our last video too. Pray for your kids who do not yet follow Jesus, because you pray with great hope. So that's all I have for you today. I hope that those principles were helpful and were encouraging for you. Have a wonderful May long weekend.